The Movies of the Meek, where we watch made-for-TV movies and miniseries so you don't have to. From Gia to Xenon, Hysteria to Sybil, welcome to Movies of the Meek.
So, Princess Protection Program was the movie this week.
Oh, yeah.
Stars Demi Lovato and Selena Gomez. Demi Lovato plays Rosie Gomez. And Selena Gomez plays
Carter Mason.
Oh, Carter Mason.
Or Bait Girl.
Or Bait Girl.
Which is what I called it.
And the plot is that her dad works for a secret government agency that protects the princesses of the world. and he has to go and help Demi Lovato and bring her to safety, and he ends up putting her in witness protection at his beautiful place in Louisiana where he sells bait with his daughter.
That sums it up.
Yeah. So one of my first things with this movie, I've seen it twice now.
You watched it twice?
I watched it twice because the first time was for pleasure, and then the second time I watched it for this, And when, Carter is obsessed with, I'm just going to call them by their real names. Selena Gomez is obsessed with this guy, Donnie. And in the beginning of the movie, they have to establish that bitch girl, a.k.a. Chi-Chi from Dragon Ball Z Evolution. And when they're establishing bitch girl, he comes over to the bait shop, and he's like, hey, how much do I owe you? And she's like, oh, it's free because you give me a ride to school, right? And he was like, oh, yeah, totally. And then he doesn't give her a ride to school.
Yeah.
And he never gives her a ride to school the entire rest of the movie. And I was just like, okay, so worst deal ever? Like, what the fuck is happening?
And their excuse for not giving her a ride was insane.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, my clothes are on the seat. I'm like, what the fuck? She just gave you free bait, dude.
But yeah, it never happens again.
No.
She never gets a ride.
He's a dick the whole movie.
He is a dick.
He's a fucking tool.
Yeah. And so, they establish that Chi-Chi's the worst, and that, Chi-Chi wants to become the prom, not even prom, the fucking homecoming queen.
I don't even understand how this system works at their school. They vote for 3 princesses, and then then they pick a queen?
And then they pick a queen.
I've never seen that before.
But who picks the queen then? Is it the school that picks,
they just
is
announced
it the
it at the
teachers?
end. I don't know.
There doesn't seem to be a second vote.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
But that was also one of my favorite things that this movie did, was it kind of pointed out like the fallacies to the homecoming and prom queen system, where Demi Lovato is like, you elect your queen? Because it's like, you're right. That isn't a monarchic system.
Doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense to elect a queen.
This movie is like pro-monarchy.
This movie is pro-monarchy.
Which is bizarre.
She does very fondly talk about how her dad is like a great king.
Yeah,
or was. He
they
died.
really talk up their government. And it seems like that's the way to go. I mean, if I had to choose right now, I'd switch over to a monarchy with a princess.
Same. But yeah, and so everything is going shitty at her school and everything, and then it goes to the dad, and the dad gets a call from a secret government agency, and he's like, I'm sorry, baby, but I gotta go. And she's like, how long? And he's like, 2 days tops. 2 days tops.
2 days
And he
tops.
goes, okay, so he goes to the wonderful island of Costa Luna. And
why was he called, though? Why is... Okay.
So he was called because the mother had an assumption that there would be a coup, which is where I get to my huge problem with this movie, which is that the coup basically happens with like no one. Like, it's basically that dictator shows up
with like one
and
guy.
he's like, everyone follow me, I am the new leader of Costa Luna. And for some reason all the guards and servants are like, Yeah, okay. Like, I get it. Like, yeah, let's do that.
Okay, he does throw a sword at Selena Gomez, not Selena, Demi Lovato's head.
And knocks the crown off, but that doesn't matter because this isn't even the actual coronation.
Rehearsal.
This is the rehearsal a month before the coronation.
I wrote that down. I was like, why is the coup happening at a rehearsal for the coronation? And why did he not bring any backup? There was no. It wasn't a military coup. It was like just a dude who was in the military in the neighboring country.
And that was the thing, is that, like, this plot is the B plot, which I consider the Costa Luna stuff with that stupid dictator general. I consider that B plot to be almost identical plot-wise to the 1993 Three Musketeers movie. Like, it is... it is so fucking close, like, beat for beat. But... it's not executed at all. Like, in the 1993 Three Musketeers movie, which I highly suggest anyone go check out, Tim Curry is the cardinal, and he actually has his own guard. He has his own army, and so he gets in well with the king, and the queen not so much, but he gets in well with the king, and he's like, you should get rid of the musketeers and we'll just have my royal guard. And the king is like, yeah, that's a good idea. And he's like, yeah, it is a good idea. And so they get rid of the Three Musketeers, and then all that's left is the Cardinal's Royal Guard, and he just starts doing whatever the fuck he wants. And then he actually tries to make some steps happen for there to be a coup. He actually does it successfully. And then, and only then, does he get to the point where he's like, well, this isn't working out exactly as I planned, so I should also try and marry the queen. Okay? All those things happen just, like, so poorly executed in this movie. Like a 1 out of 10 job. Like a 1 out of 10.
It was an afterthought, and an excuse to get her to Louisiana. That's all it was.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't even, like they treat the queen very, I mean, like, she's just chilling, she's hanging out. And they're like, where's your daughter? Where's the princess?
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
There's no, like, they're not torturing her. No. There's nothing.
She's not in a prison cell, which is what you would do.
They're just kind of hanging out.
Yep.
It was very bizarre. And I don't even know why she had to leave. Like, why did Demi Lovato have to leave at all?
Yeah.
There was no threat from this man.
And the mother says, she's like, go with Mr. Mason. She's like, the general will say that you abandoned your country. It's like, yeah, because you did. Because that's what you're doing right now. You're leaving. You could stay, but you're not.
So...
Also, I don't know if you noticed, Costa Luna is clearly just a nice house in Hollywood.
The whole movie is just clearly in California. I lost my train of thought. Mason, Carter's father, he says at some point in the film, we have to wait for a legal way to arrest him or stop the dictator.
Yeah.
Which they do at the end when they bait him into coming to the U.S., and that's how they get him. But it is technically illegal, I think, for him to overthrow a government, correct?
Especially when he's not a part of the government.
And Mason...
He's not from Costa Luna. He's from a completely different island.
And Mason isn't part of the U.S. government. He's part of a secret organization that doesn't follow any rules.
Yeah, which remind me of, like,
they could show up in a helicopter in the beginning of the movie and stop it.
Yeah.
He could have stopped it. He could have killed him.
Or
arrested him.
Any of those guards could have not been turncoats.
It just doesn't make any sense to me.
But like you said, it's just an excuse to get her to Louisiana.
A poor excuse. But yes, okay. So let's get there. With this, we got let's forget about the side plot.
So oh fuck. So she ends up going with Mason. They go in a helicopter. They land on a random island.
Yeah.
They go down into an elevator, and then this face projects onto the elevator, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? And that's when they establish that she is being helped by the PPP, also known as the Princess Protection Program. And there are apparently 383 princesses under protection of the Princess Protection Program.
Are there that many countries in the world?
There are 196 countries in the world.
So some of these countries are doubling up.
Some of these countries are like quadrupling up. Because I looked it up, I was like, how many countries have monarchies? And there's like 40-ish.
Is that how it works? Like,
I was like, there need to be like 8 princesses per one of those countries that have a monarchic system.
And they all have to be in danger.
And they all have to be in danger. Yeah, and it's every single one of those monarchies are paying the Princess Protection Program to exist.
And it's, from what I gathered, each princess, or if they're in the same family, maybe they get assigned one agent.
Yeah.
And that agent is their like bodyguard and family for when they need to go into hiding.
Yeah.
Which doesn't seem very smart. Like, you know what I mean? Like, now he has to watch them. Okay.
Also, I mean, if the general from Costa whatever, not Costa Luna, if the general is in charge of this coup, he clearly is a king of wherever he came from. And since he's a super rapey guy, it seems like he would have a child. So I feel like he should know that the Princess Protection Program exists.
You're totally right. He's probably paying them too.
He's probably paying them too, and just maybe doesn't think to look there. I don't know. But they do a 1 out of 10 job disguising these princesses.
Oh my god.
They like don't even cut her hair.
They don't do anything to her.
They do nothing. They give her like jeans.
They give her that classic Louisiana look.
That classic Louisiana style. They give her fucking jeans.
So I have a problem with how Mason and Carter portrayed Louisiana people. Like, I don't like they live in a swamp.
Yeah.
But they don't have any type of accent.
Okay, yeah.
They don't dress in any different way. They kind of dress like they're in the city.
Yeah.
I just didn't buy it. Like, the whole thing, I felt like I was like it was on a set or something. And they were barely trying with that stuff.
I wanted more of a plot about the mother, because the mother's gone
in Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought they were gonna bring it up at some point,
the plot that I wanted was that the mother was also a PPP agent, and she died defending a princess.
Ooh.
That way, like, Carter would have resentment automatically towards princesses, other than just the fact that her dad's gone all the time. And I thought that maybe it was like the mom was the one that wanted to move to Louisiana, and the mom was the one that had the accent and everything.
That would be cool.
And now they're there living out a dream that, you know, basically they were supposed to live together.
Huh. That would have made Selena Gomez's like anger the whole movie.
Yeah.
A lot more believable.
Yeah.
Where is Demi Lovato's father in all of this?
He's dead.
He's dead. So
yeah.
I was thinking it'd be cool if Mason hooked up with the queen.
I thought that too.
And there was going to be a royal wedding at the end.
That would have been good.
I wrote that down. I was like, I hope this happens.
I did too.
But they don't. There's like one more scene with the queen, and then she's out of the movie.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. But yeah, and so they dress up Demi Lovato and they get her all ready to be brought into Louisiana life.
Oh yeah.
And then when she shows up at Selena Gomez's house, Selena Gomez tells her dad, a normal dad would come back from a secret mission and bring back a t-shirt, not a person. And it's like, everything you're saying is not normal. What are you talking about? A normal dad would not go on a secret mission. And also, a normal dad, I don't know, will probably bring back something better than a t-shirt if they went to another country.
She knew her dad was in this program at the beginning of the movie, correct?
Yes.
Which I think he shouldn't have, like, she shouldn't know that. Like if you work in government, you don't tell your family what you do if you're dealing with classified things.
Well, yeah.
If you work for a secret organization protecting princesses, you don't tell them that's what you do.
Yeah, but that government is like it's not controlled by one government. It's its own secret organization.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the organization in the show The Prisoner. Also, did Demi Lovato sit in that room all day? Like the first day that she's there?
Yeah, it was funny because she was just like on the bed or like she's just like sitting up and like fucking Selena Gomez like goes about her day, talks to her dad, does her chores, and she comes back. They fucking order pizza. They're like eating the pizza, and then I think Mason's like, are you gonna fucking give her a slice? You gonna see how she's doing? And she's still fucking sitting in the room like an idiot.
She comes in and she's like, brings her a slice of pizza. She's like, hey, so you've been in this room all day. Do you want a slice of pizza? She was like, no, I would like to use the bathroom though. It's like, you've been sitting there all day and you haven't used the bathroom yet? Yeah, go use the bathroom.
What is she? She says something too, like I'm ready to be dressed or something.
Oh yeah.
And Selena Gomez just fucking throws the pizza on the floor. Like, she's like, I was like, what are you doing? Like she's a princess. Why are you so fucking shocked that she's asking to be dressed and fed?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Whatever.
I did like the chemistry between Selena Gomez and the guy who played Mason. I felt they like, I don't know, like it felt like believable. I was like, they're acting like they've known each other for years.
Yeah.
Like their little tiny like jokes and in jokes and stuff. Like I was not expecting that in this type of movie.
He also reminded me of the Dirty Jobs guy.
Yeah.
Like the entire movie, I was like, you're not a secret agent, you're the Dirty Jobs guy.
I like how his cover is he's a fucking bait salesman. He's a baitman.
He's a baitman. And it's also like
why is that your cover, bro?
It's like the same thing with fucking what's it called? Drew Peterson. Like,
yeah.
How are you running all these businesses and yet you're also a secret agent?
It doesn't make any sense.
Like, you're clearly making enough money. You don't need a bait shop as well. But whatever, you have a bait shop as well. Your daughter will run it when she's off of school. Because that's what she does.
It just seems like an unnecessary cover and a lot of work.
Yeah, and so they do go to school. They have their first day at school. Demi Lovato sticks out like a sore thumb because she's a princess. She doesn't know what a hamburger is. She talks to all of her servants in their native tongue, and so she's really good at French. How embarrassing.
I love that when she pulled her aside. What are you doing? Can't just speak fluent French.
Yeah.
It's not how you eat a hamburger.
So my favorite is when they switch back to the general after like the A plot with Demi Lovato. They switch back to the B plot with the general, and he's just spinning a globe, and he's going, "Where are you, my little princess? Where are you?" Do you really think that's gonna do anything?
He does a terrible job of trying to find her. Like, it takes them calling him to find her.
And he tells the mother, he's like, I'm going to marry you, and she's like, no, you're not. I would never do that. And he says, you are ruining my happy thoughts. And I was like, worst villain that's ever been in a fucking movie.
He's fucking terrible. he's so bad.
I don't know if you noticed at the school, but like one of the main things that anytime it's like that person's a loser, they just throw paper at them.
Yeah, but she was walking through the cafeteria for the first time. Like, there's just wads of paper. I was like, who? Like, what the fuck? Is this Spider-Man 1? Because that's the kind of shit that happened in that movie.
That is the kind of shit that happened in Spider-Man 1. But yeah, and so, you know,
she doesn't really embarrass herself too much.
No, not really.
She wins them over pretty quickly too.
And I will say, the interesting thing is that mentality-wise, Demi Lovato is much more just a person from a different culture as opposed to acting like a princess. And I would say Carter acts more like a princess than Demi Lovato does. Demi Lovato is like, what is it that I should do? Carter tells her what to do, and she's like, I will go do this.
Yeah.
And she just does it. It's just she's accustomed to certain things. It's never that she's like, I will not do that.
Yeah,
I'm a princess.
She's not a brat.
She's
She's just used to her income
Yeah,
level.
and
Like,
so-
and that's really it. You know, she used to having servants and stuff. But
and when she's told that she doesn't have that anymore, she's like, okay, what should I be doing?
she handled the situation very well. I mean, she has
Incredibly
one
well.
bad day. I think she cries the first night, but I
Yeah.
mean, like after that, she fucking kills it. She becomes like one of the most popular girls in the school.
Carter, I do not know what I've done that made you feel this way about me, but I will do whatever I can. And then she's like, let me give you exposition about my mother and my father. And she's like, stop, please stop. She literally says stop, which I loved. I was like, yo, I'm feeling the same way. I don't care either. And then Demi Lovato was like, please feel bad for me. And then Selena Gomez is like, all right, we'll go back to square one. It's fine, okay? But yeah, and so Chi-Chi decides that since she's really attractive, she should try and become friends with her because obviously this girl is a threat and might become homecoming princess, which means she'll be in the running for homecoming queen. And so when Demi Lovato is told by Selena Gomez that she needs a job, she gives her a job at her ice cream shop. That way she can embarrass her.
Oh yeah, which was a great sequence.
Now, we all knew that it was going to be a fish out of water sequence, and she does really badly, and then she'll get mocked. But why does Demi Lovato try stopping the ice cream with her mouth?
She does do that.
It's pouring out of all these things, and she's like stopping it with her hands, and then she just starts eating it. And I was like, where the fuck did you think that would be a good idea?
What? So bitch girl sends her
Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi sends her little, I don't know, her friend, the guy, that boy, into the
Buck?
Buck.
Yes.
You know his name?
His name
Buck?
was I laughed because it was Buck.
I missed that.
And I was like, I'll never forget this.
I would never forget you. He gets sent into the ice cream shop to press the what was like the
Auto
cleaner
clean,
auto
yeah.
clean, which just like he presses the button and like ice cream just flows out of the machine. I was like, is that what really happens at these things?
I have no idea.
That's how they clean them. Everything just goes onto the floor.
Yeah. That sounds right.
That sounds fine. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just like whatever.
Yeah, so you know, then that night they get on the bed and they're talking and it's like, so what's the deal with you and Donnie? And Selena Gomez is like, well, fucking nothing, get out of my face. and then Demi Lovato is just like, you look at him the same way that Edwin looks at you. And Selena Gomez is like, shut up, you don't know, shut up.
You don't know how we do things here.
And then that's when she's like, okay, so I'm in love with Donnie since the 3rd grade when he kissed me at a basketball game. And then, you know, she goes, he is quite beautiful. I wonder if he is beautiful on the inside as well.
Which we know he's not. Already.
Which we know he's not. And Selena Gomez is like, he's kind of a shitty person.
Yeah.
He kind of still doesn't know what my name is. But then, you know, it's slowly over time their friendship continues building and developing, and you know, Demi Lovato decides to make Selena Gomez into a princess and to make her ready for the homecoming ball, and they have a beautiful dress montage which I loved, and then immediately afterwards Demi Lovato breaks down and says that, you know, she needs to go back and help her people, and that this life right here is a fairy tale, not the life that she's been living as a princess. And I was like, damn.
That was a little dark. I was like,
Movie's hitting me with the feels.
Can we rewind just a minute and
Sure.
talk about what I was a little confused by Chi-Chi's plan to... Okay, so after the ice cream scene,
Yeah.
Chi-Chi has her
Carter.
sidekick text everyone to vote for so that Rosie wouldn't get the nomination.
Don't vote for Rosie, vote for Carter instead. And so it ended up happening that people just voted for both of them.
I was like, that's what I thought, and I was like, well, then what the fuck was she was she just texting the names, vote, and then 2 names?
Yeah.
I was just like...
And that was
God, fuck Chi-Chi. She's terrible.
Chi-Chi outside is like, I told them to vote for Carter, not Rosie. And then Blondie, whatever.
Blondie.
Bump It girl is like,
Bump
It girl is like, I'm not queen now. Oh my god, they voted for both of them.
Again, why is there 3 of them? I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah, and then
So they get to the prom.
Yeah, okay.
Let's get to the prom. Because a lot of things happen.
A lot of things happen in that prom sequence, and that's like their secret plan that they have only made sense to me if the dad knew, but the dad didn't know.
What was her game plan here? Like, she was to get captured?
Selena Gomez's plan was to get captured, and that's it. Which, if that's a real government coup, she would get assassinated when they revealed who it was. It's like, you would either be assassinated on the spot or die in jail. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? And yeah, if you didn't have the dad involved, I understand Demi Lovato having a change of heart and being like, I should, you know what? It's really fucked up that she's taking my place because they're probably going to kill her. Yeah. I'll go.
But good news, the PPP were on it.
They were on it.
And they saved the day. Thank God for the PPP. Which, again, like, if it was that easy to catch this man, why do they go through this whole trouble of hiding this princess? Like, this could have been done with.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they didn't, so we could see this relationship between Carter and Rosie.
Because the general brings his crew with him, and it's only like 4 people.
It's 4 dudes.
Yeah.
They have weapons? I can't remember.
No.
They were just 4 dudes.
They were just 4 guys.
They were in full military garb. Like, they were dressed up.
Yeah.
And
Chi-Chi thought they were security.
Chi-Chi thought they were security.
Thank God you're finally here.
They had medals. They were in, like, berets.
And at the end, so Chi-Chi doesn't get the homecoming crown. Rosie does, and she gets the crown. And then at the very end, they arrest those dudes, and Chi-Chi comes out, and she's pissed as shit.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, just give me the fucking crown. And so Selena Gomez is like, just give her the crown. She needs it more than we do.
Yeah.
So that's just Homecoming. Like, she's that apeshit over Homecoming. What about the real prom queen crown?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, she wasn't picked. Why does she want it's just like a piece of plastic?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
It's fucking insane.
She's insane.
Yeah.
Her character was insane.
Yeah. Absolutely crazy. Yeah. Chi-Chi. What was she doing? She jumps for the crown and she falls in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
What were you doing?
Then she gets out of the pool, follows them to the helipad.
Yeah.
There's a helipad here too.
Yeah. At the high school.
At the high school. I just realized that. That's kind of funny.
I didn't notice that.
Very convenient. Whatever. Maybe it wasn't. Was it at the high school? Was it the gym?
Was at
right?
the high school, yeah.
That's funny. Well, yeah, that's pretty much the movie.
Yeah.
One thing that I thought was funny, I don't know who was talking in this scene, but someone says, I think it was Rosie, she says, Costa Luna is not on most maps. As if the nation of Costa Luna is a secret nation.
Yeah.
Which, what does that even fucking mean? Not on most maps. Like, I understand they're trying to say it's so tiny.
Yeah. But
it's still on a map. Like, there's GPS, like, of the whole fucking globe. It's on a map.
So
this is from, what, 2009?
Yeah.
What?
So
it's not a real nation, by the way. Because I looked it up, and there's a website that has it listed like a real nation, and it was like population 58 million people, and I was like, what the fuck?
Did you find? I looked it up too, and I found a website, and it shows you the kings and queens and prince and princesses of Costa Luna, and it's just some family made a website, and it's like some dinky ass fucking like suburban family that are like the island of Costa Luna, and then it's like Jeffrey, Prince of Costa Luna.
I found like a Yahoo question and answer, and it was like, I just watched this movie. Does this country really exist? And like, there are people like fucking with them.
Yeah. my favorite answer on there was like, yes, and I am the princess of Costa Luna.
Yeah.
But I will include a link to that family's website on our Tumblr this week.
Please do.
That's like my favorite thing.
We gotta
ever.
direct all of our audience to that website. We have to crash that website.
So I will now start our first ever segment of all time. We're 12 episodes in, and we now have a segment, one segment. And it also, I didn't write down one note because one of my notes that I had is in this segment.
Nice.
So they killed it. This is called IMDb Trivia and Goofs. These are two sections on the IMDb webpage, one of which is called Trivia and one of which is called Goofs. And they just tell you things about the movie.
Really excited for the goofs.
So, originally Selena Gomez was cast as Rosie and Demi Lovato was cast as Carter. Later, they decided to switch their parts, and they were in fact both happier with the final casting. Which I actually think, when I was watching the movie, I was like, it would have made more sense if they were swapped.
Yeah, I could definitely see her as the princess.
Now, when Rosie, Demi Lovato, is learning how to blend in by belching, the soda they're drinking is called D&M Cola. The font and spelling makes it look like it reads Demi Cola.
Oh.
That scene was amazing. Rosie's yellow dress strongly resembles that of another Disney princess, Belle. I noticed that. The word princess is said a total of 80 times.
Yep, sounds right.
On Rosie's first day at school, she says to the French teacher, in French, "Yes, I like French. It's a beautiful language. I speak 6 languages: English, French, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, and Japanese. But English is my favorite, since I'm American. Is that what you learned living in America, Mademoiselle Devois?"
She's...
Who the fuck translated that?
She says that. This is my favorite. I am American.
I am American. I learned that I love English the most because I'm an American. Is that what you learned? Did you learn by being French that you love English the most? Or that you loved French the most? When Joe swings from the banner and knocks 2 guards over the table, there's an iconic Wilhelm scream.
My favorite. That is the best scene. Oh my god.
Now on to the goofs. When Chelsea and Brooke are in the gym reading a magazine article, they walk away from the camera out the door, and you can clearly see their microphone packs clipped under their shirts and hips.
Does it tell you who found this stuff?
No. Large mountains are prominent behind Carter's house throughout the movie. There are no mountains in Louisiana.
Or palm trees.
Or palm trees. When Carter gives Rosie a chore to do, which is count contents of buckets in the bait shop, it clearly says waxworms. Yet when she opens the buckets, it's filled with earthworms, not waxworms. Major Mason says that General Kane will be turned over to the international authorities for invading the United States and kidnapping a princess. This is unnecessary, as Kane is captured at the scene of the crime in the States, and therefore can be persecuted under American law. No further intervention would be needed. That's true.
Wow.
And then this is another one that I wrote down, which is, though it creates suspense for a possible sequel to the film, the ending does not make sense. How will Queen Rosalinda serve as an active field agent while performing necessary duties of governing her country?
Yes, what the fuck? How do we not talk about this yet? You know what? I was doing dishes and I like completely fucking forgot like that. I saw that at the end. I was like, what the fuck? Why is she in the PPP now?
You have to stop multitasking while you watch these movies, Zach.
I'm sorry. I have a lot of dishes to do. But why the fuck is she in the PPP?
Why is she in the PPP?
There's nothing in the movie that implied that she would want to be in. Like, I can understand Selena Gomez because her father, maybe. Yeah. And there was a little exchange that they had where she's like, I want to do something meaningful with my life, like my father.
Yeah.
And then I think Demi Lovato is like sell bait? Or no, it was Edwin said that. Like, so you want to sell bait? Yeah. She's like, yeah, sure. And that makes sense, but why the fuck is... So, are the princesses that are getting protected going into the PPB to protect other princesses? What happens when she needs to be rescued again? Is there another agent protecting her?
I saw the fact that she's abandoning her island.
What would have been better is if
they left the general be in charge.
No, well, yeah. If everyone in this movie was murdered, that would have. But no, if Selena Gomez, like after that what happens is the coronation that happens, right? After the coronation, Selena Gomez is tasked to protect.
That would work.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
they could still hang out, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, they fucking start doing like tumbles and shit, and they're fucking agents. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Good job.
10 out of 10.
Good job, whoever made this movie. Good job. Was there a sequel?
No.
Okay. It won the Kids' Choice Award for Best Summer Film. And that wasn't on the trivia, so maybe we should add that to the page.
I'll make an IMDb page to do.
And we got to add palm trees into that one goof.
We gotta add that.
The Isle
of Costa Luna is clearly just in the Hollywood Hills.
I paused the movie and I looked up palm trees in Louisiana to see if that existed.
Yeah.
And I spent a good 15 minutes on that, and they don't. You can buy palm trees in Louisiana.
Yeah.
But they're not natural.
Okay.
FYI.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for this pick, Max.
Oh, what do you want to do next?
I don't know. I really want to do that Murder She Purred. I'm really craving like a talking pet movie right now.
And next week we will be doing Disney's Murder She Purred.
And Ricky Lake's in it, I think.
Ricky
fucking Lake.
The animals talk. But it's not like CGI talking, it's just when you hear their inner monologue.
So the better way.
The better way. I'm stoked. It's only available on VHS and on YouTube.
In 280p.
YouTube is in 280,
Or whatever,
240p, and then if you get it on VHS, it's a whopping 480p.
HD.
I'm currently waiting for a copy to show up at my library on VHS. I think that's it.
Yeah.